I have played countless Minecraft mods and modpacks over the years, but Vault Hunters has truly captured my attention with its unique additions. In this modpack you will explore the vaults, an exciting new dimension where you fight hordes of mobs, loot equipment and treasures, and face different challenges. As you progress, you will enhance your character by unlocking new abilities, talents and mods. This guide will show you how to unlock your first vault, prepare for it, and succeed inside of it. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button to not miss more Vault Hunter guides. And with that, let's begin. When you spawn into the new world, you will have 2 books in your inventory. The Vault Hunters book is a great guide for beginners and experienced players alike. So if you get stuck, check here first. The other book is the quest book, which offers a helpful guide for progressing through the modpack. You can also open the quest book by pressing the plus key. The first quest asks you to adjust your difficulty for your playthrough. You can check the difficulty in your settings, but normal for both of them should be the best choice for most. Also, you can still change this later unless you lock it through this button. Let's return to the quest book. We can scroll to the bottom and collect our first reward. Now we need to acquire some newly generated resources. First is the Chromatic iron ore, which spawns below the Y levels of -30 as larger veins. Also, it appears more frequently the closer you get to bedrock. For the quest, we need to get 16 chromatic iron ore. After that is the vault stone, of which we need to mine 16 blocks. It spawns below the Y levels of -5 as huge chunks of dark stone. When you break the stone with a pickaxe, it will drop chipped vault rocks and vault cobblestone. My recommendation for both of these quests is to look for caves below the Y levels of -30. Additionally, you should also gather these items on screen as well as some coal, copper and iron. Since you will need emeralds, it is recommended to check for a village after you spawn, or you can use the nature compass to find a mountain biome like the meadow or one of the peaks. With all the resources ready, let's begin. First we need to craft the vault rock, which is crafted out of 4 chipped vault rocks and 1 chromatic iron ingot. With the quest finished, we can now craft the vault altar. This is one of the reasons why I recommended farming obsidian and diamonds ahead of time. Let's craft the altar and we can finish the quest. Now we can right click with our vault rock on our altar and 4 items start hovering above it. This determines what items we need to make the vault crystal. You can also crouch to see the name of the items. In my case, I have to deliver 1 iron ingot, 1 stick, 3 cobblestones where the type is flexible, and 3 wheat seeds. To deliver these items, we just need to drop them next to the altar. With all 4 items completed, we just need to apply a redstone signal. And for that, we got this handy button in our last quest. After clicking the button and a short animation, we get our first vault crystal. Now we can finish the quest and we will also get a shulker box, which is great to store loot during our first vault run. Especially through the Quark mod, which allows us to add items to the shulker box by first left clicking on it and then right clicking on the items we want to add to it. The next quest in the book teaches us about skills and recommends the heal ability, since there is no passive health regeneration in the vaults. First, let's finish the quest and we can open our Vault Hunter UI with the H key. Here we click on the second tab with the fist, which brings us to the abilities. Now we just drag inside of this UI until we can find the heal skill and then we learn it. When you hover over the skill, we can see that for me the keybind is Y. We can easily adjust this by searching for heal in the keybinds, or we can type ability to find all keybinds for all of our abilities. Next, we should craft a Vault Enchanter, which is made out of most of the remaining items we collected beforehand. When we finish the quest, we get 20 emeralds and some XP bottles, which are useful since the enchanter allows us to add max level enchantments for only 5 emeralds and 1 level. Next, we have the Vault Potions quest. Potions allow the player to recharge their health inside of the vault besides using the heal ability. There are 3 types of potions to choose from. Slaughter, which refills by killing mobs, Goblin, which refills by looting chests, and Pacifist, which refills over time. The best option based on the current balancing is definitely the Pacifist, as it recharges faster or at least at the same speed of all the other vials. Next, we will craft a shard pouch. This is an item for a quest which we don't have yet. This one stores soul shards, which get dropped by mobs inside of the vault. The reason we do it now is so that we can get the quest reward when we're inside of the vault. Let's talk about armor and tools next. I would recommend for most people to get at least an iron armor to get started with. For the enchantments of the armor, the most important one is feather falling, since you will fall a lot inside of the vaults. Additionally, I would also add unbreaking to the shoes to make sure that they last. About your tools, you should have a pickaxe, an axe and a shovel, mostly to just mine yourself through the vaults. Lastly, you should make sure that you have food, your shard pouch, the shulker box, the vial and some building blocks with you. Now we will make the vault portal. Grab yourself the vault stone you mined beforehand and build a portal in the same fashion as a nether portal. When you're done, right click the inner edge of the portal with your crystal and voila. Are you fully prepared? Then let's go. First, when you enter the vault, you will get 2 modifiers. You can always check the effect by hovering over the text in the chat. These 2 prevent us from losing experience and loot inside of the vaults until we reach level 20 and removes all traps from chests. In the top center, you can see the objective of this vault. This should be the same for all new players, which is a elixir vault. One of the best and easiest vault types, since we only need to collect elixir, which we can get by looting and killing. Also, after we fill the bar, we only need to find a lodestone, which should appear in common rooms, and you can just right click them to end the vault run. Next, in the bottom left corner, you can see the timer of the vault. When this timer reaches 0 and you're still inside of the vault, you will die. And you won't get any vault experience and no vault rewards. However, this timer doesn't go down while we're inside of the first room of the vault. That means we can take our sweet time and collect the quest reward for entering the vault, which gives us a sword and a shield. Both of them will be unidentified at first and can be identified by right-clicking with them in your hand. After a short delay, you should have your first vault loot equipment, which is definitely better than any vanilla equipment. Now, the shard pouch quest should have finished as well, and we can collect the reward, which is a pouch providing us with even more storage space for our loot. The pouch can be added to our courier slots, saving yourself 1 additional inventory slot, and then can be opened through the B key. Also, it comes with 2 upgrades. One is a pickup modifier, which directly puts items inside of the pouch instead of your inventory if you collect them from the ground. The second one is a void upgrade, which can be used to directly delete items if you should want that. One thing you should do later after you acquired your first soul shard is to block it in your pickup upgrade. That way the soul shards will be picked up by the shard pouch instead. Now let's cover the basics of what you're going to experience inside of the vaults. The vault's layout will be either a diamond, a square or a circle, while the size of the layout increases with the player's vault level. Because of these wide layouts, it's recommended to leave a marker like this 3-block tower the moment you enter a new room. This becomes important when you have other vault objectives which require you to go back, or if you aren't able to reach the objective and want to leave early to get at least some of the experience. Also, I recommend sticking to one direction to walk towards. The best one is normally the one you face when you spawn in the starter room. In this case, walking towards the north would be the best. While you're exploring the vaults, you will encounter 3 types of rooms: common rooms, challenge rooms and omega rooms. Common rooms have a cave-like structure and are affected by the theme of the vault you are in. These themes define the blocks and the mobs you are going to see. From a oasis theme with drowned and crabs, over to a ice themed vault with ice bears and strays. Inside the common rooms you will find randomly generated points of interest, which will contain one of the 6 types of loot. These are wooden chests, living chests, ornate chests, gilded chests, coin piles and ores. For your first vault, I would recommend to focus on the chests. The fastest way to loot them without a vault tool is to sort the chest and then swipe over the items with shift left click. The sorting can be done either through this button in the corner, or you can add a keybind, making the looting even faster. However, if you want to fill up your elixir progress bar, then coin piles can be a good target too, since each stage of the coin pile gives you elixir. So one pile can equal 3 to 4 wooden chests. The only thing I would avoid is to farm ore in your first vault, since you will need either the vein miner skill or a hammer to efficiently farm them. Another thing you might encounter in common rooms are rare points of interest. These are hidden parts of the room with a higher density of loot, often blocked by a single block or in harder to reach corners. A strategy to find these is to look for small openings and mob sounds coming from the walls. Challenge rooms are the next rare type of room, making up about 7% of rooms. They are high risk, high reward in a nutshell, often containing a great amount of chests, but with a higher risk of dying either through traps, mobs, or both. Lastly, we have Omega rooms. These are the rarest type, making up only 2% of rooms. The reason? They are loot only, no mobs. If you find one of these, make sure that you loot them completely. In the future, I will cover the challenge rooms and Omega rooms in more detail, but for now, let me give you a last warning for your first vault. Greed will kill you. Take your time, focus on achieving your vault goal. The vault rewards you get from finishing the vault will be the best loot for most new players. Now you're ready for Vault Hunters and 2024. And with that, I wish you all an amazing day.